unmute, and load back up. Pop Virtual Boy! Are you guys ready to experience the future in 1996?
Absolutely not. Let's do it.
Yes.
Oh god, you're doing the red. Oh no.
I think Virtual Boy, the resolution was just under widescreen, so yeah, it's practically widescreen on its own.
See, it was ahead of its time.
Yes. We are here today to raise money for the Diabetes Research Institute Foundation. They are the leading cause when it comes to diabetes research. We also have polls going right now. For instance, we have Luigi's in the winning slot for Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels. We've got Mario Party 1 as the winning Mario Party game coming up. You can donate to have your favorite of any of these options win. That's all Bid Wars. Why are you explaining Bid Wars, Stephen?
Okay.
The
game's jittering. I don't know why that is.
Are you sure that's not just how this game actually is?
No. The game's supposed to run like properly. This is jittering like way too much. Let's see what it has something to do with. Yeah, it's something to do with it being streamed right now. Why is this doing this now?
Oh no.
Have you tried turning on RTX?
Where is that?
I don't know.
I was about to say, like, where is that? Yeah, this is really choppy. It's not supposed to be like this.
While Stefan tries to handle that, we also have another milestone that we might be able to hit today, which is the $9,000 milestone here for this event, which would unlock the one and only Sonic game featured here on Sonic's birthday. That's Mario and Sonic Tokyo 2020, which did not happen. That game didn't. That game is out, but it's a lie. They lied to us. Look what they took from you. If we hit $9,000, we will unlock that game for our incentive day. So if you would like to see that game played and realize that they lied to us, you could do that for only another $2,460. Or don't. But if you donated that much, we would love you forever.
Yeah, if you love diabetes, you probably shouldn't be donating to this cause. In fact, every single one of you who doesn't donate, I'm just going to assume that you love diabetes.
That's fucked up. We do have a couple donations that we're going to go through real quick. We have $6.99 from Silver Sterling. Aggressive money-based reminder to stay hydrated, you cowards. No. And then we have $2 from Wario, who says, look, guys, look, it's my greatest achievement on the Virtual Boy. Anyway, here's some of my gold. Normally, I'd hate to part with it, but Wario here that it's good PR for WarioWare Inc. Wah! Thank you, guys. And currently, that does bring us to $6,542. So that is incredible. Every year, I'm just blown away by how much you guys raise. Steven, have you played any video games lately? Insert friendly dialogue here.
Hi, Kevin. Yes.
It's Kyle, actually.
Oh, hello, Kyle. I played. I haven't played anything. Like in a month.
Well, that's a bona fide lie. That was a lovely little video game you played 2 days ago. Nice little paid program, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. I played Mario Paint. Yeah.
I played WinRAR Premium.
Oh, premium, get a load of this. Bloody money bags over there. Wouldn't happen to have a spare under 10k, right?
Did you beat it?
Beat me.
Yep, it was there for a second.
Well, no, it was still doing the... It was still glitching.
The Game Boy. Has he become the game man yet?
The game man grew up and became an alcoholic after his long, stressful 9-to-5 job. Now he's a game dad, but he's not there for his game son.
All right, no.
That looks like it's that.
It is.
That looks.
It is.
Oh, it's slowing down a little bit, but it
It's
looks.
still slowing down. Yeah.
I mean, can we just play it slow?
Okay, this is better than before, so I'll do it.
Okay. Do you want
How
to
does it-
roll that bumper again for post, or you want to just keep this all in?
I'll just keep it all. I can just edit this all in post later.
If
Okay, cool.
it's not
Then
smooth enough, I can always take over and do this run for you if you want. It's entirely
Yeah,
up to you.
Let's see.
I mean, I've never seen this game in actual motion, and this looks better than I expected. So for what it's worth,
Yeah,
I think it'll be fine.
normally this game is like, I mean, like when I played it, like especially even before, like, it's because it's streaming, so it can run normally. Like it's supposed to be able to run normally.
yeah, no, this is still better than I expected it
Yeah.
would be. So that's not too bad. We do have a bunch of donations. I'm gonna go back and read the first two, just that way they're in the post upload, just in case.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me just scroll back up. Where are we at here? So we started with a $6.99 donation from Silver Sterling, which they said, aggressive money-based reminder to stay hydrated, you cowards. We have $2 from Wario. Look, guys, look. It's my greatest achievement on the Virtual Boy. It'd be a greater achievement if it worked right emulated. Anyway, here's some of my gold. Normally, I would hate to part with it, but Wario here, that's good PR for WarioWare Inc. What? We have $2 from Mon. I legit thought Steven would be streaming this from an Stefan would be streaming this from an actual Virtual Boy. With how he streamed Duck Hunt last year, can you blame me? I would have loved to see a live camera Virtual Boy real hardware capture stream. That would have been.
I don't think there's even been a capture mod done for the Virtual Boy yet. I know there's
I
been
don't
Flash
believe
Cut, that's
so.
about it.
I mean, you just have to, like, to do that, you have to just solder something in there, and it's not really worth doing.
Yeah, I think you might have to do a QSB to get anything out of it.
We have $5 from Juan Delgado. Can't wait for the 3D World and Bowser's Fury run tonight. Also, since Mr. Kevin the Golden Bolt is here, I want to shout out Faux Retro's feature-length documentary on the Ratchet & Clank series. It really shows the ups and downs and all-arounds that the duo went through. I don't think I've seen that one. I just give that a look. I've been bad about watching Ratchet content lately because I make too much of it. We have $1 from Porrick the Irish. It's once again time for a quite interesting fact. A man in New York makes $500 a week collecting fragments of gold and jewelry from the city's pavements. We don't have a name, but I believe the man's name starts with a W and owns his own game company. Beautiful.
If anyone is familiar with FTCR, Kevin is like the David of Ratchet and Clank.
I resent and agree with that. Chris has told me that at some point he needs to get me in a call so that David can just talk about Sonic and I'll just reply with different things about Ratchet unrelated to it.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, this is really bugging the shit out of me with how, yeah, because I played this game like it ran normally, but it's like this static.
It might just be because of the overhead of streaming and whatnot.
Yeah, no, it is literally because it's trying to stream at the same time. Yeah, because I played this, yeah, on this emulator too. I tested it and it ran perfectly fine. But no, it was because it's trying to do it on OBS and like that. That's why.
Because I'm doing a quick test run of this as well on my end, and it seems to be running silky smooth.
But try running an OBS on yourself, and it's gonna be screwing up. Yeah, it's not the stream's fault. It's not the emulator's fault. It's the OBS.
Yeah, as Blue Dino mentioned in chat, it's worth remembering this is considered the best Virtual Boy game. So even if it does look a little slow today, it's doing it a disservice.
Yeah.
And that's really impressive for WarioWare specifically, or Wario Land specifically, rather.
Yeah, it really annoys me just because it's like I was playing it, I was like, oh yeah, this actually is like, yeah, this is like a really fun, like classic Wario Land game that I want to play and show.
anyone...
Yeah.
Does anyone here know anything about the Virtual Boy? Maybe no.
I've got limited knowledge on it.
Yeah, I can give you some like basic history if I remember most of it correctly.
Sure.
I remember that this came out in, I believe, 1995, which was a good idea because they only had the N64 coming out the next year. Given, I believe the N64 went through a couple of smaller delays, just due to games and whatnot not being ready. Hence why it launched with just Mario 64 and I think was it Pilot Wings?
Yep.
Pilot Wings, yeah. But yeah, it was one of those weird Nintendo 1990s decisions that looks more like a Sega decision, where they launched a whole new console that they said would change everything and then immediately dropped it. Even if it had sold well, I don't know what they would have done with it.
Well, the thing is that this isn't even what's supposed to be the finished version of the hardware. They basically sold you an unfinished prototype.
Yeah. No, actually, no, yeah, that's a really good point. Because the N64 was not going to be ready for its original launch window, they literally just sent this to die to fill something. Companies are your friend.
But that's such a bad financial decision.
I think that the writing was on the wall for the Virtual Boy by this point. So it was probably more worth it to just make the... Did it sell what? 500,000?
Not even now. 770,000. It never even got to Europe.
It couldn't even outsell Maine.
Yeah, okay, fewer than 1 million, a little more than half it looks like, which I'll take being close on that because I have not Googled any of this in 5 years. I don't think about this thing much.
It's surprisingly decent under the hood. It's just marred by bad decisions.
Yeah.
Is this a souped-up 8-bit console, or is this a 16-bit console?
It's actually 32-bit.
This is a 32-bit console!
Yep, runs a RISC CPU, 32-bit.
Yeah, it started as this was going to be their 32-bit console to like compete with hardware increasing in quality. According to Wikipedia, the most trustworthy of sources, it was once known as the VR32 in development.
Huh.
So the way this game works is that there's about like 13 levels in total, and that it's kind of like a maze where you're going around like destroying blocks and such, looking for treasure. Like you look for hearts, and you get 100 hearts, you get a life, and then coins, and then you can use those coins to buy you can use it to buy stuff that gets you either more coins or more hearts. And basically the way it's like you're looking for a key, which you need the key in order to unlock the end of the level. And then also hidden in every level is a special treasure. And basically it's like, oh, if you get all the treasure, you get like the special, there's like the good ending, or if you get all the treasure. But especially with how the game's running right now, I'm just going to go through and just play the game, like regularly, like just getting the key and getting to the end.
It seems to be an issue on your end, because I've got this up and running now in OBS, and it's silky smooth.
It's okay. It happens. Last year I had like 2 or 3 streams that went completely wrong because of hardware.
I'm going to pause it for a second and see, just because it's like, oh, if I want to get this like game going fast, I'd rather it not be running at half speed.
Another thing that I am reading up and now remembering on with the Virtual Boy was that this was sort of the nail in the coffin for Gunpei Yokoi's career at Nintendo, because Nintendo forced him to continually limit the hardware because of all the cutbacks and because they wanted this out in '95 no matter what, so that they could get something out in hardware, because they didn't want the PlayStation to take too much of a jump with how well it was pretty quickly doing by this point. So they then blamed him for the decision they made. And that's when he more or less left not long after to make the Wonder Swan.
Oh dear, I've never even heard of that. What is that?
It was
handheld.
Was that Bandai?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a Bandai handheld made by Gunpei Yokoi that was really neat and really ahead of its time. But its life was pretty quickly shortened by the fact that he sadly died in, I believe, a train accident right after it came out. or right before it came out, somewhere around the time frame that it came out, he passed away. And so the system was already ready, and it came out regardless. But they didn't really have the same vision at a certain point, because it was just his next baby, because he wanted to prove that he still had it. And it's a really neat little system, a little bit less powerful than the Game Boy Advance, but functionally pretty close to the Game Boy Advance. It had the Final Fantasy ports that later made it to Game Boy. It had Sonic's Pocket Adventure. I saw someone mention in chat. Bunch of really neat little games. It had Mega Man and Bass 2, because that game needed a sequel. So yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, window capture is glitched up again. Yeah, whenever I do the window capture and I try to play the game, it like glitches up.
Oh, chat lied to me. Never mind. Whoever said that in chat, you've hurt me today. How dare you?
What happened?
The Sonic Pocket was not on Wonder Swan.
No, it's the Neo Geo Pocket Color.
Same thing. I don't care. I blame chat.
So, try the game capture option with a specific window.
No, the window capture glitches, and if I do game capture, it stutters.
On the topic of the Wonder Swan, I actually own one. It was the last dumb gaming purchase that I have ever made. To date, so far. It will happen again. But that was the one where I was like, yeah, I want this. And then I bought it, and I was like, why did I want this? But I have the Final Fantasy Collector's Edition Wonder Swan with Final Fantasies 1, 2, and 4. Really pretty. Like that game a lot. And I also... Or like that console a lot, rather. And I also have Mega Man and Bass, too. It's worse than Mega Man and Bass.
We could try messing with the audio buffer. That might help. I'd have to find that option. Maybe it's in synchronization. Take the audio control rates.
How much did that knock you back?
It wasn't actually too much. Like, this was before all of the retro games became super expensive, so I think I bought that for probably $80.
And was it just the original Wonder Swan, a color, or a crystal?
It was a Wonder Swan color. I believe it's a color. Actually, hold on, let me look. Yeah, it's a Wonder Swan color. It comes in a nice little Final Fantasy box, and it has some custom Wonder Swan art, or some custom Final Fantasy art on it.
Oh,
it's really neat.
Limited edition version. I was eyeing that up a little while ago, but it disappeared before I could get my hands on it.
Yeah, I bought this when it was a little more common to find on eBay, and then I played it, and I was like, huh, I don't know why I bought this. I could have just emulated it, especially since I can't capture footage from this thing anyway. So I don't know what I would have done with it. That's okay. The Wonder Swan did that other thing, for people that may not know, where it has two different D-pads. So it has like a top D-pad and a bottom D-pad. Or rather, they're referred to as X and Y buttons. So there's X1, 2, 3, 4, Y1, 2, 3, 4. And I believe that this was also one of those consoles that was like... What was the other one that did this? Was that the Atari? The Lynx? I forget. Where you could play the controller upside down. Like, so you could play it left-handed or right-handed, back when game developers cared what handedness you were. I think that was this one, but I could be wrong. Either way, it has like 10 buttons, which is more than most consoles had.
That's crazy. Why not put one of those D-pads on the other side? And then you could do like some first-person shenanigans.
Oh, Doom on the Wonder Swan.
There you go.
That'd be
now
interesting.
We're talking.
Let me look at the game library, because I forget what games were there. I know it had a couple Digimon games. I know it had a puzzle game, sort of like Tetris-styled, that Gunpei Yokoi made himself, that was later named Gunpei to honor him because he'd passed before it came out. It had a bunch of anime games. I know that, because this really only... Like, it came out in the US, I think, very briefly. No, it never did. Okay. I think it was supposed to, so a couple games run in English. But It's functionally a playable console, even if you don't speak Japanese for most of the games, because it's not very text heavy.
Oh my god. Now it's like going really bad. Look, okay, if you want to, I say just go ahead. You stream this because I don't know why it's.
Yeah, sure. I'll
go.
Take the realms of this
Sorry,
one.
I'll be able. We'll be a moment. I just can't deal with this. I'm sorry.
It's
We'll be right back.
Something bad has to happen at least once.
Ahoy hoy! Can we be heard? Ahoy hoy!
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Let's just have a quick audio balance check with chat. How am I coming through? How is the co-coms coming through?
Test. Hello. How are we?
Does it sound fine?
It's me, Steven. Hi. Hello.
I'm from the future.
I'm from the future. The Virtual Boy was a success. Don't ignore it.
Throw away that milk. When? Throw it away. You live the rest of your life just being afraid of the concept of milk.
Throw it away. I drank it. I'm from one day in the future. Throw it away.
Oh my god, what happened? Oh, what happened to your eye? Why do you have an eye patch?
Hopefully the game audio isn't too loud or too quiet, so everyone's not going to be deafened by it.
I see you're playing in black and white.
Oh, I can switch
playing
up.
the correct way of playing this game.
Oh, I mean, we got plenty of other options. I mean, we can have it in black and white. We can have the black and red. Or if we want to go, 80s. Oh, wait, that's not blue enough. There you go.
Oh. Isn't there a Game Boy filter as well?
Black and green, maybe? That's
That
about
might
as
be what
close
it
as we're
was.
going to get.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
That's real
Let's do
gross.
black and white. Black and white will be easier on our
On everyone's eyes. It's also colorblind friendly. Also cool. So, as a quick heads up, I have not played this in any capacity. I've only tested it to make sure it runs well.
I'll see if I can help you since I played the whole thing. So it's very much a game of like you're exploring and like looking for stuff.
Oh, I don't see anything. I'm black and white blind. I only see color. You're gonna have to switch it to red.
And again, I apologize for all the issues.
No,
it's
like
like
fine. It happens. I will throw out a dumb idea. Do we want to take donations of over X dollars to change the color?
I say yes.
Might
Go
as
ahead.
well.
You might as well spice this up, I guess.
Do you want to say we want to do $10?
Yeah, I'd
$10 to change the color?
$10 to $15.
So you can bid war the color however you wish now. We do have a bunch of donations that I want to read through, and I want to go back and grab the earlier ones too, just for the post-upload sake. So we started today's stream with a $6.99 donation from Silver Sterling, who said, "Aggressive money-based reminder to stay hydrated, you cowards. I refuse to drink water." Every time you said that. We have $2 from Wario. "Look, guys, look. It's my greatest achievement on the Virtual Boy. Anyway, here's some of my gold. I would normally hate to part with it, but Wario hears it's good PR for WarioWare Inc. What? We have $2 from Mon, who says, I legit thought Stefan would be streaming this from an actual Virtual Boy. With how he streamed Duck Hunt last year, can you blame me? We have $5 from Juan Delgado. Can't wait for 3D World and Bowser's Fury tonight. Also, since Mr. Kevin the Golden Bolt's here, I want to shout out Faux Retro's feature-length documentary on the Ratchet & Clank series. It really shows the ups and downs and all-arounds that the duo went through. We have $1 from Porrick the Irish. It's once again time for a quite interesting fact. A man from New York makes $500 a week collecting fragments of gold and jewelry from the city's pavements. We don't have his name, but I believe the man's name starts with a W and he owns his own video game company. We've got $1.30 from Wario. That might be him. That might be the guy. What's that? You want more Wario Land games? Well, you should have bought Wario Land Shake It. Wahaha! Here's some change for you suckers. Don't forget to buy my game, WarioWare Get It Together. That's coming out soon. That's next month, I think, right?
The new Wario game? Maybe.
Yeah, or is that this month, maybe?
Might be next month. I think it's next month.
we have $20 from Devil Dog. I enjoyed the Let's Play of video configuration settings. What's this? There's a Wario game playing. Nah, the Virtual Boy never existed. And we have $1 from Blue Dino. According to a quick Google search, it seems that Nintendo likely did force out the Virtual Boy. Gunpei Yokoi supposedly had existing plans to retire from them around 95, and even made the Game Boy Pocket to its success. Most parties involved say it's just bad coincidental timing, but no one knows for sure. I would believe that. Yeah, it's just interesting that we really don't hear Yoko's name thrown out much anymore because he kind of left in bad terms with Nintendo, and we never got a chance to see them reconcile that before Yokoi sadly passed away. Oh, and we have a $10 donation from Srirachi Jirachi. Well, in that case, do black and yellow if that's an option, because yellow is Wario's color after all. If not, then runner's choice.
Hiccup.
Oh. Oh, I don't like you, Srirachi Jirachi. That hurts.
The bees.
No, it's not too bad, actually.
Yeah, so the game has like there are two different like mini games that you can do. Like one of them lets you like you bet coins to get more hearts, which let you like the more hearts you get, the more lives you get.
Ah, I get it.
And then the other one lets you basically bet how many coins you can win. So it's like, oh, you choose. There's like two options that you can choose from. And yeah, this is where you like play with the 3D approach. Although like without the 3D, it's very hard to like tell exactly where the bats are, because then you run into the bats and lose everything. And the diamonds give you a life.
Ooh, oh, so that's what they're for. I thought they were like extra oomph for cash.
Yeah, the diamonds are a full life, and yeah, the hearts every 100 gets you a life.
Does your Virtual Boy think the battery is dying?
Yes, apparently.
For some reason on the retro arc it does that. On the emulator that I used on my Mac to play the game, that wasn't there.
Probably because it's a more up-to-date build.
Yeah,
Mac does what Win don't.
It's the game MU, I believe is what it's called.
Oh, that's
the Open EMU.
Open EMU. Yeah, that's just basically another multi-emulator for Macs.
So like I explained in like the previous attempt, is that hidden throughout the levels is a key and a special and like a treasure, and so like all you really need to do to beat the level is get the key and bring it to the end. But if you find the treasure in each of the levels, then you basically get like a good ending. But it's like you don't really need to worry about that, especially for now. All this is just to beat the levels.
Alrighty.
A lot of it is basically what you want to do is you want to make sure you have like the most power-up Wario. So either make him like have the spiky helmet, or have the fire ability, because pretty much what you're going to be doing is destroying everything like you see, because the more you destroy everything, then eventually the key like will emerge. The key or a path to the key will emerge.
I getcha. Oh, speak of the firepower plug. Oh, speak of that. Come here, you.
I do appreciate that this is before we had Wario's proper like hat, so he still had the helmet that he was wearing from the Mario Land games. I also appreciate that because he's wearing a helmet, he doesn't actually use his hand to punch the blocks like Mario does. He just headbutts them.
Take a
Nice
nice
touch.
thank you. Ooh, now we're cooking.
Yeah, and then there's that fire power up, and then the next power up after that is like the flying power up, which lets you fly and shoot out fire blasts. And pretty much if you have that, if you can hold on to that, you're pretty much invincible.
That's good to know.
When he gets hit though, his hat comes off, right? And we can like see his haircut. It looks like a military military shaped buzz cut. Yeah, that's the word.
Is it that, or is it that he only has a little bit of hair left?
Maybe? I don't know.
I thought it was that, but then he got hair plugs before Mario Tennis, probably. Which Wario would get hair plugs. Let's be real.
Maybe he has like frosted tips, like 90s haircut.
Wario's boy band.
Right.
when I was playing it, because since I was so used to like pressing like you press Wario has his charge attack. I keep forgetting that. Oh yeah, there's like a run button in this game. Yeah, so what this, you just, how much is you can guess, and either you get times 6 of your coins, or you lose them, which you lost. Oops.
Oh well. Onwards and upwards. Ah, there's a boss coming up at the 4th sector. Okay.
Yeah, I think there are 4 boss. Yeah, there are 3 bosses and the final boss.
Oh, there's an actual swimming level. Okay. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, the fires usually, because the fires. Oh, I think you go to the left. There's the very left of the level. I believe that block you can destroy.
Ah.
At the very beginning. Yeah, that's why you want to be careful, because pretty much almost all of the blocks can be destroyed. So
In some capacity.
yeah, so you just pretty much just go nuts with everything.
I like this right here. I like this.
Yeah, like some of them can be destroyed. Yeah, like those ones couldn't. But then it's like, oh, then there's the ones up there.
Right, that thing can't be harmed. I think.
Triforce mentioned in chat that if you were playing this on hardware, you would be able to catch this a little better. But Wario's hands in this swimming stage are a separate sprite, so that they're displayed on the foreground screen, so that it would give you that illusion of depth, which is really interesting.
Yeah, if you see a power up and you try to pick it up and it doesn't work, that means you already have like the best of that power up, so it's like it's not going to give it to you.
Oh, it's that thing that shows up in Wario Land 4.
That means that they had to that Nintendo made someone play this version of the game as inspiration, as research for their job working on that one.
I'll see what I can get. Going down. Come on then. Right, go.
Ooh, that was close.
Look, I'm not hit.
Would you say the swimming controls are like similar? Obviously, they look similar to like classic Mario. How do they feel compared to classic Mario? Like,
I feel a lot
at the same
faster and snappier, but at the same time, it's not as smooth as I'd like it to be, honestly.
Also, it's the thing from Chainsaw Man.
Did the Virtual Boy come with an option to have like a head strap, or is it stand only?
Stand only, I think.
There was supposed to be a head strap, but it never happened.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a portable system.
Well, it was supposed to be more of a tabletop system than a handheld or a console.
An in-between console.
Yeah, this was the original Nintendo Switch handheld mode.
Okay, we gotta go around it. Go. Nope. Alright, free.
The official head strap is duct tape. God.
This is a long underwater level. This is a lot of swimming.
Yeah, this feels like it was longer than the first 2 levels were. Given it's only been like 2 minutes, but
Yeah, the levels. It's also a thing of like, because there's a lot of like exploration and like, oh, like there are sections that he didn't go to in those other levels where you can get more like in this there's sections where you get like more coins, more hearts, or like lives. Like, yeah, this is a great, yeah, it's why it's so funny it's on the Virtual Boy, because it's one that's like, it's really good. Like, this would be like a perfect game, like on, I mean, just like all the other Wario Land games, because it's all about exploring the levels, using your power-ups to get to secret areas, to get more treasure.
yeah. There's an alternate world out there where this game was remade and re-released on the 3DS because Wario Land games were still doing well after Shake It. Assuming that they would have been in that world, that is.
Yeah, well, yeah, because the Wario, I love the Wario game. Like, I love Shake It. 4's great. 1's really good. I haven't played 2 and 3 yet. I really should sit down and play them.
I think 2 is the one I played. But even stuff like those spike balls would be like the illusion of 3D if you were playing on hardware. Super neat.
Made out like a bandit on that one.
Yeah, and then there's like the whole like, oh, you can at times you can like jump into the background, and some of the bosses do that. Yeah, some of the bosses work with that a lot.
I played the developer kit of the Oculus, so back when it was like in standard definition. And even then, the pixels were pretty glaring, so playing something as low-res as the Virtual Boy in VR sounds like a nightmare.
If not for the fact that I believe the wives' tale version of the story was that the red LEDs were cheaper. If not for that, like if this was like a black and white screen, I think it could have worked a little better.
Okay, so the boss is you have to step on the you have to jump on the no, you have to jump on the bottom of this thing.
Womp.
And that isn't the boss. That is the thing that brings you to the boss.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was just the appetizer. I had a feeling. Bloody hell.
Let me see which boss this is again. Oh, and I love the whole open up and from full screen to widescreen.
That is really cool.
Just when I was about to move. Alright, game, cool. Take two.
Oops.
Oh, it's already dead. Cool. Don't have to do that
I was
again.
gonna say I would hope they wouldn't make you, but you never
Yeah,
know.
no. Yeah. Or if you die to him, then you obviously have to fight him again. But once you beat it, then no, you're good.
The exact quote from Gunpei Yokoi was that we experimented with a color LCD screen, but the users did not see depth, they just saw double. Color graphics give people the impression that a game is high-tech, but just because a game has a beautiful display does not mean that the game is fun to play. Red uses less battery, and red is easier to recognize. That is why red is used for traffic lights. Comparing your game console to traffic, probably not the best way to sell it.
You already got the pattern down for this guy.
Have I?
Well, I mean, you know what he does is just throws it left and right, and then when he comes to the middle, you just hit him without getting hit by his spike chain.
I'm just running on instinct at this point. I'm just running. Try again. What? Coming over?
I'm surprised they give him like the spike above his head even when he's on your side of the screen. Like for the first boss, that's surprisingly like hardcore for a Mario series game.
Gotcha.
Nice.
That man is dead. He's never coming back.
Money. Yes, sweet money. Moolah. I'm rich. I'm unbelievably wealthy. I'm financially secure. I don't want any of
Does
these.
he cough up his heart? Yes, he does.
Ups and daisies. Why not? Oh, the bunnies.
Now, I'm assuming if you get hit in the mini game, that doesn't count as a hit, right? That just counts as...
No, it just counts as losing the star, losing the hearts. Yeah. But if you, yeah, in order, yeah, you have the time to get the diamonds.
Yeah, the timing seems a bit finicky for those, but
No.
wait for it to go up. Gotcha. Now we're getting it. Okay, going down. Up. Gimme, 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 gimme. That went a little bit better than me, thanks.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay, next stage. Oh, it's a jungle slash wood theme one. Okay, let's go. Oh, it's those things from the second game.
Oh, this is amazing. Someone at some point asked Reggie back in the day, if the Virtual Boy games would ever be made for download for the 3DS's Virtual Console, and he didn't know what a Virtual Boy was.
Sure he didn't.
He just said that he was unfamiliar and that he couldn't make the case if he didn't know what the hell it was. That's amazing.
I believe the key is like somewhere. It's like the top right of one of these tree sections. So.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
I wonder if Reggie's answer was the same for Mother 3.
Well, I mean, he did tweet about how he's playing Mother 3, so.
Don't ruin my joke.
Up, skip, and jump. Okay, good, we're doing this now. Whoa, that must be the flying hat. That must be.
I'm sure at some point somebody's gonna work on a Virtual Boy specific 3DS or a 3DS specific Virtual Boy emulator.
It's already been made. It's already
Oh, cool. Even better. So if you ever want to play this with 3DS 3D, you can.
The flying hat's great.
Takes a bit of getting used to, but
The best is just to do spamming the X button.
I get you.
That's usually the trick.
Let's just pretend we don't have it. No, just what?
Since there were only a handful of only about 22 Virtual Boy games, if you guys are cool with it, I'm gonna go down the list and just read these games off.
Sure.
So there's 3D Tetris, which I'm gonna look that one up to see if that. Oh, that looks bad.
3D Tetris is basically Hatris.
That's, man. Hatris wasn't very good.
Actually, no. It wasn't Hatris. It's Weltris. Weltris is the one where it's like a downwards perspective.
Yeah, I've played my share of dumb Tetris sequels. Weltris, it looks like a lot like Weltris. Okay, Weltris isn't as bad as Hatris. Hatris is fucking horrible. There's Galactic Pinball. There's Golf, of course there is. There's a first-person horror game named Innsmouth Yo Yakata. Let me look at that one. I'm curious.
I heard that. I think because Scott made a whole video on the Virtual Boy and he showed off all of the games, and I believe Innsmouth, it's like a first-person kind of survival game. He said that one was really good.
Yeah, this one looks kind of neat. There's Jack Bros, which everyone knows as the game that was based on Persona 5, the first video game ever made. There's Mario Clash, which was, I think, Mario Bros, but in 3D. Yeah.
3D Bros, yeah.
Yeah. There's Mario's Tennis, the first Mario Tennis game. There's Nestor's Funky Bowling, which is just a bowling game. It's not the only bowling game on this system. There's Panic Bomber, which is a puzzle game, looks like.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game,
it's
kind of inspired by Bomberman.
Yeah, it's Bomberman, but with Puyo Puyo, kind of. We have Red Alarm, which is a shoot-'em-up game. That would be interesting. Oh, that's the 3D one. Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, the one that's all polygonal.
Yeah, that would be more interesting if it was not that. There's a Gundam game. Yes.
Go on. Finish your thing.
Oh, sorry. There's a Gundam game, which is a Gundam strategy video game, turn-based game. That's a weird one. Let me look at that. Oh, that's weird. Interesting. Also, it's called SD Gundam Dimension War. SD stands for Super Deformed, with the chibi art style.
Okay.
It is considered the worst Virtual Boy game, it looks like.
Which is saying something considering Waterworld exists.
There's a Space Invaders collection for the Virtual Boy that has at least Space Invaders 1 and I think the sequel. Yeah, part 2. There's Space Squash, like the sport game Squash. There's V Tetris, which I think is the better version of Tetris on the Virtual Boy. There's Telero Boxer.
Yeah, Teleboxer looks pretty cool.
We have another shoot 'em up, Vertical Force, which I think is not polygonal. Correct. Okay, that one looks a lot better. We're almost done here. We have Wario Land, we have Virtual Bowling, Virtual Fishing, Virtual Lab, Virtual League Baseball, and Water World. And that is it. Interesting lineup. I just like that there are 2 bowling games of the 22 games on this console. That brings me great pleasure.
So that means 11% of the library is just bowling.
That's amazing. Do you think the developers for games made on the system were upset that Nintendo just kind of threw it away?
I would not be surprised. I mean, I'm looking at this and it looks like of the games, 1, 2, 3, only 5 games. About 5 games for the system were made by Nintendo directly. One of which had a co-developer on there. It looks like T&E Soft, a now defunct developer, made most of the games, or made the plurality of games otherwise, as far as third parties go. So it was only a handful of companies even touched this thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine
Still,
why.
that sucks.
Yeah, you want to make sure you hold on to the fire because you can just easily shoot people from afar.
Ah, we're getting somewhere.
I think if you could go back to where you were when you died, because I believe the key is around there.
Alright, gotcha.
Yeah, because I believe I remember where most of the keys are. So because that's what I tried to do for this. So I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know where they are.
Oh, at a certain point, so the guys, the developers that made 3D Tetris, Golf, and Red Alarm on the Virtual Boy also made Hide Glide. And by the end of their original company timeline, before they apparently reformed and then went defunct anyway, they pretty much worked exclusively on golf games, such as Disney Golf for the PlayStation 2. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. Interesting. But yeah, to go back to your question, Stephen, I'm sure that there was some, like, internal politics involved in this thing being sent to die. No different than with the N64 DD.
Okay, I think the key. No, go back to where you were. The key's in that room.
This one or the previous room?
No, the previous room. That
Previous
you were
room.
just in.
Alright.
Oh yes, and someone mentioned in chat that there were a couple other games that were canceled for the Virtual Boy, which I think 2 of them have been finished and re-released now by fans.
Climb the ladder on the top right.
Okay,
I believe it should be one. You climb the ladder on the top right. Should be one of the
There it is.
one of the blocks. Yep, there you go. And then I believe isn't the end of the level at the top
Right
left of here?
I remembered it.
Yep.
Stefan, did you memorize all this, or are you reading from a guide you wrote?
No,
or
I do have a guy on standby, but since I had to I played through the whole game and then I rewatched a guide just so I knew, because I knew I was gonna need to know where it is, because I was like, oh, I have 2 hours. Let me just make sure I remember where all the keys are.
This will be spoilers for our game on Thursday, Super Princess Peach, but you have to get every single toad in that game. And there's like 16 per world, and there's 8 worlds. So it's like 128 toads. You have to get all of them. And there was no way in hell I was going to memorize that, so I wrote my own guide that I'll be following for the whole stream.
Yeah, smart. Yep, that's
So-
what I did with.
Does that game have a world structure, Super Princess Peach? Like, can you go back if you miss one?
Yes. But
Yeah,
you need...
yeah.
Okay.
But for that game, you basically have
Like-
to do 100% to get the ending.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The sucky thing about Wario is that you can go back to the other levels, but you basically have to play all the levels in reverse. So it's like you're going up the shafts, so then you have to go down the shafts and then play the levels all backwards. So you pretty much, if you beat the level but didn't get the treasure, you pretty much should have to just go back and replay the level to get the treasure, or else.
Man,
That's
there's no point,
painful.
yeah.
That's so painful.
that's like, I heard you like Metroid. Here,
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, this really is the closest thing to a Wario Metroidvania, honestly.
I would argue that didn't Shake It have a little bit more of like a light like Shantae-vania approach
Yeah, well, kind of. Well, all of Wario's levels were like level selects. Like you pick the level, then you like,
right.
go and do the level. Yeah, it's like traditional, like a real video game.
Because I know these have often been compared to like light Metroidvanias. Oh, we do have 2 new donations. We have $20. I lied. We have 3 now. We have $20 from a Toast Ghost. Here's another donation. Better keep an eye out on your donation totals. You never know what Wario will do to steal it. We have $10 from Trios. Afternoon. I see that Experiment is playing Wario Land Urine Edition. This has prompted me to donate a little bit more. Since I've never seen a Virtual Boy in game in action, it must have been a pain to play in actual hardware. Yeah, eye strain was like the #1 thing. I still remember when people were saying the 3DS would be the next Virtual Boy, just because it had the VR, or not the VR, but the AR 3D effect.
Yep, got him.
So if for this level, it's in a room where you're gonna need to ground. Yeah, it's in a room where you're gonna need to ground pound a block. So you need to make sure that you're big when just try to stay big for as much of the level as you can.
Alrighty. There must be.
We've got $10 from Harry. Please make every stream have a yellow filter from now on. We've got $1.70 from Silver Sterling. Other than the console it was on and the eye-piercing color palette, this game is surprisingly well animated. Yeah, no, I would agree. It's very, very impressive. Besides the limitations of being on red.
Sorry, you can climb up the waterfall. Okay.
Yeah, you can climb it. Yeah, you just gotta keep jumping. Yeah. You get flying ability.
Experiments, you found that up by mistake, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like very obvious that you'd even be able to swim up that.
Yeah, they never taught that to you. Like, you'd think they would teach that to you in like in a safe room somewhere.
That's easier. I love the riveting ambience of a waterfall and glorious 8-bit sound.
All little polywags with spiky hats.
Can't go to maybe.
And we've got another $1 donation from Square Enix. Yes, it is us, creators of the world's greatest RPGs, like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. We are here to steal your attention with a relevant announcement. Tidus in Final Fantasy X was originally going to be a plumber. Yes, star player of the Xanarkin Plumbing Company. He can't play ball, but he sure knows the tubes.
Star player of the Xanarkin Plumbing Company?
Yeah.
He's like employee of the month every month.
He's the owner, he's the only employee.
They get the golden plunger.
His name on the wall.
When he goes to the giant blitzball stadium, he's just there to fix it. To get the water flowing for the giant orb.
He walks into the blitzball stadium and he's like, "It's my last day on the job. I'm about to retire." Man, I wish more things had that trope of somebody like a week away from retirement gets into a fucked up hairy situation. So like instead of it being like a 1980s cop trope, like make it just like a school teacher. Like I was gonna retire and then I got sucked into this stupid plot.
Now I'm just getting an idea of a Magic School Bus parody of Final Fantasy X.
I think go in that. I don't think you went to the. You didn't go to the. There's a pipe on the right that I don't think you broke on that waterfall area.
I'll quickly squidgy back.
Blue Dino writes, "You with a girl? You can't even fix a pipe." Imagine when he gets to
yeah, it's closer to the.
Go on.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, just you go.
I forgot. You guys are trying to play a game.
We're just shitposting over here in the corner.
Here we go.
Where the kids in the back of the
pipe.
class throwing spitballs.
Yeah, so it should be. I think it's in there where the key is.
Paint.
Tidus is just covered in fucking shit midway in a pipe. This is my story.
gets to Xanarkand, and instead of being sad, he's so happy about all the plumbing he gets to fix.
Look at this fucking mess! Oh my god, I can't wait! I'm gonna charge overtime.
Yep, that's the room. It's in one of those.
Have you played Final Fantasy X, Kevin?
Yes, yeah. That was the... So, technically I haven't beaten it. I'm on, like, the final boss, but I'm a little under-leveled. But I can't go back and grind anymore, because I'm playing on the International HD version. So if you go to any old areas, you're pretty much guaranteed to run into one of the Dark Aeons.
I think that's pretty much like only Besaid and maybe, what's it called, Bicknell Island? What's it called?
Yeah, it's only a couple of them where that's gonna happen.
Well, I
Yeah.
haven't played it in like 8 years at this point, so I'm not gonna go back. Just go back just to beat the final boss. I do have to replay it one of these days.
Gotta go
I
back.
played
Back to the
all of
past.
10 up until that final boss, and I obviously I know the things, and I've played a significant amount of 10 too. I haven't beaten it, but I got enough that I was like, yeah, I never need to play this again.
You got further than I did before reaching that conclusion.
I was okay with 10-2 on paper because I really do like the idea of them like actually using the world building for more than just being like a one-game adventure. Like it doesn't work at all in this case. Like it shouldn't like it's not a good sequel to 10. But I appreciate that we have like the world of is it Spira? Yeah, Spira. To just kind of fuck around in a little bit and see like what's changed. Plus, the actual combat mechanics I found really neat.
And suddenly it does it. Alright. At least I think
I
it's a
played
desert.
all of 1 hour of Final Fantasy 13 and just couldn't get into it. It's just
Yeah.
I think it's this. Maybe it gets better later, but the storytelling of the first hour is just you never. What's happening? You don't know.
It doesn't get better. 13 was technically because I was not I didn't have any Final Fantasy games as a kid, so 13 was technically the first one that I played because I borrowed it from a friend who insisted it was very good. And I got up to the open worlds part and I said this game is bad, and I stopped playing. I don't intend to go back, but it's funny because like a lot of what that game ends up doing feels similar to what 10 does, like between like having that similar sphere grid kind of thing, and being pretty much linear hallways for most of the game like 10 was, but 10 masked it better, because it didn't have, you know, enemies on the ground just standing there in the real world with you.
Oh, you need in order to get rid of that, you need to destroy those two blocks so that the tornado can arrive.
Ah, I get you.
Yeah.
Come on.
Rios mentioned that I need to play Final Fantasy IX. I have 9 on almost every platform it's been released on for some reason. I don't remember buying it on any of those platforms, but I own it on all of them. One day.
I think the key in this level is easy to find. You just need to break a box in a water area.
Is that Mr. Mosquito?
Looks like
It
it.
does look like, yeah.
No, I'm just gonna leave you there. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna... Ah,
Pick them up, throw them away.
there's the breaker. Don't even think about it. Oh, you gonna think about it, aren't you?
God, why does he have like a weird, the Matt Groening art style face?
Well, they wanted to get Blinky for this, but legally they couldn't, so they had to make their own.
I think the key's right there.
Yep, there it is.
There it is. Yeah, that was an easy one.
That was a nice one. Now we just gotta get out of dodge. Now we just gotta get out. Oh, we got a 1 power up. Nice. Unbreakable? Nope.
I was thinking, the opening to Final Fantasy X is also very, like, confusing, but at least your main character is also confused with you. He's also like, hey, what?
Yeah, and I think that helps. That helps establish it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like having that, the narrator be a little bit relatable, always helps with something like that.
That's what they did with Harry Potter. You learn everything as he learns everything.
You want to go on a fucking deep cut journey here? Let's talk about the PlayStation version of the Virtual Boy, the Wonder Book.
Oh, right, yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, it was a peripheral that they announced in 2011, that they released in 2012 for the PlayStation Move. So it was a peripheral for a peripheral, but the PlayStation Move is a peripheral for the PlayStation Camera. So it's a peripheral for a peripheral for a peripheral. It has 4 games. 2 of them are in the Harry Potter universe. All it is a little book with like 4 pages on it that you physically open up, and you have the PlayStation Camera aimed down at the book, and it was for like almost like a pop-up picture book style, where you would watch the TV and it would show your camera as you're turning the pages and seeing the things inside the book. There was Book of Spells, there was Book of Potions, there's a dinosaur game where I think you just look at dinosaurs, sponsored by BBC. And then there's one more that never came out in America. But they only released 1 game for this thing when it first came out. Just a single game, which was the Book of Spells, I believe. And then they waited a whole year in America and released the other 3, or 2 of the other 3, all at once, 2 days before the PS4 came out. So they just sent that thing to die immediately after. They were like, yeah, why do we make this?
I think I remember that like an E3 or a Gamescom announcement.
Yeah, they spent like 20 minutes at E3 on it the one year. Back when E3 was meant to be really bad, cringy trade show energy, which it still is for like Ubisoft. But
I was gonna say, how's that any different from its modern incarnation?
Haggle 2!
Haggle 2!
Well, I learned about 2 consoles today that I didn't even know existed. The Wonder Swan and whatever Kevin was just talking about.
Wait until I tell you about the next one. The Game Joy.
You made that up.
Fuck. How'd you know?
I didn't. You could have lied, and I would have been like, oh, okay.
Fuck. Well, it's already been found out now. I can't do it. I'll save it for next stream. I'll open with, hey, let's talk about the Game Joy.
Yeah, by that time, I'll have forgotten about it.
Oh, what's the Game Joy, Kevin? Ha! You've been fooled. I got you.
Oh, that's not very nice.
That's okay. I'm not very nice.
That's okay. What do you mean? Hey, you're a jerk. That's alright.
There's no better response to being insulted than that.
Yeah.
Understandable. Have a nice day. Yay!
Stefan, does this Mario game have a plot?
Technically it does. It's kind of like most other Wario games. A bunch of guys steal Wario's money, and he chases them into this labyrinth, and he finds that there's a bunch of treasure and coins in here, so he's trying to get out of the labyrinth while also getting all the treasure and coins.
Kind of like an Indiana Jones thingy?
Kind of, but with Wario, so it's like... So it's like really it doesn't matter. It's just he just wants to get out, and he just wants as much money as he can. Because like at the end, like the game scores you on how many coins you manage to get.
I tried to find the little manual for this game to see if I could find the actual exact plot. I couldn't find the manual in the first Google search that I did, but I did find out that this game's gimmick was the inspiration for Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Oh.
And also that in Japan, this game was known as Virtual Boy Wario Land, Hidden Treasures of Awazon. A-W-A-Z-O-N.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is. The place is called the Awazon.
But now I'm gonna just pretend that he's breaking into a fucking Jeff Bezos warehouse. And he's like, "Come here, King K. Rool. I'm gonna get you."
For this boss fight, what you want to do is you want to have him, like, he jumps into one of the platforms, then you want to jump to the opposite side, because he'll get up, he'll look behind you and be like, "Oh, what? Where'd you go?" And that'll leave you time to attack him.
You ever notice that Jeff Bezos has an eye like King K. Rool?
What does he?
Yeah, look it up.
Okay.
Stop punching down. He has more money than me.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeff K. Rool.
Do you have to get a certain amount of treasure to beat the game, or can you
No.
just...
You
Okay.
can just go to the end and beat all the bosses, and then you win.
Yeah. Which tends to be the gist of, I think, most of the Wario Land games, at least from the ones I'm familiar with. That you can beat the game, but you don't get the true ending unless you get enough money.
Oh, the true ending is basically just Wario flying away on a flying carpet with a bunch of babes around him.
Same.
It's basically the and no, because since this game also has like a timer, like it ranks like how long it take you to beat the whole game. If you beat it within a certain amount of time, Wario is like, he's like it does the Metroid thing. I think Wario is like nude or something like that.
Because that's what the world needs more of.
That's amazing. I want. No, actually, no. I was gonna say I want Zero Suit Wario, but I've seen someone do that art before, and it's not. I don't look it up.
All right.
Gimme.
We have.
Zero Suit.
I hope you find the one that I'm thinking of. Yep, it's the first one. It's the first result.
Oh man, I'm liking this.
I love that he's wearing the high heels.
Yeah, that's great.
We've got a $10 donation from Virtual Boy Marketing Agent. Here's a word from our Virtual Boy customers and developers. Tamagotchi Island residents say, "We dance around our Virtual Boy once a day and announce our prayers to it every night. It changed our lives forever." Professor Elvin Gadd says, "Really cutting-edge stuff. It'll fly off the shelves."
Oh, I get it. It's a Luigi's Mansion free reference.
And as a reminder, if you donate $10 or more for this run, you can ask us to change the color of this game. So if you don't want to see piss anymore, give money to diabetes research. Thanks.
Also, if you don't want to see this color, hydrate more.
That's true. That's a good point.
Changes it to brown.
This level is easy to find. This level is easy to find the key. Also, what you need to do is you got to go back and grab on the conveyor belt. The guys throw melons, and you can pick up the melons, and then you have to drop the melons on the button.
I gotcha.
That's how you do with it. Yeah.
Steven, there actually is a condition where people have purple pee.
No. What?
I learned that from Scrubs. I forget what it's called.
Is Scrubs your source for all medical knowledge?
It is the most medically accurate television show, like sitcom, or it's like not sitcom, but like fictional television show. Like they had, every episode is based on loosely things that the actual John Dorian, which was the main writer and creator of the show's Doctor Friend, stuff that he actually ran into.
Oh.
Fun fact. But a lot of it's like dated now, obviously, because it's been like 15 years. So
This
Stuff-
part gets pretty tricky at first, but you have to do a lot of timing.
stuff like the episode where people don't have insurance, and the chief of medicine says, "Hey, don't treat them. Get them out." Wait.
And now I'm sad.
I like that Wario is breathing very heavily when when he's low, like small Mario.
You don't have to
small Wario,
jump and
rather.
throw it. If you're standing right next to the button, and then if you press the throw button, it'll go onto it. You don't have to be fancy with it.
We
Right, I
have
should
$10 from Zero J. Whenever you're ready, experiment. He asked to let's paint this cash money green. So whenever you're ready, he would like it green and black. Oh, that is awful.
All right, now I
Oh,
know
you
where
have
it
to
needs
time
to.
it. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you got time. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh god, it's like playing on the Game Boy Light. Oh, god, it's like...
Oh, and just to remind you, you're gonna have to do that again in order to get the key.
Joy, I'm already looking forward to it. Joy.
And then in order to get the treasure, you have to do it. You have to do it like at the very end of the level. The part where you get the treasure is you have to do it like 3 times on a very like fast-moving conveyor belt, and it was a real like I almost timed over trying to do that.
Oh,
Hey, you did it.
that watermelon died.
He had a face like a Banjo-Kazooie character. There's a spore guy from Mario 2.
Honestly, the green kind of works for this level, I will say.
Kevin,
Yes.
you're walking around, you see some bricks. For whatever reason, you're compelled to smash them with your hand, and out comes a head that looks exactly like yours but no mouth. Do you
Are you just
touch
gonna
it?
stop? Are you just gonna stop there?
Do you touch it?
You can destroy those
What do you
water-
do?
You can destroy those big watermelons by running into them.
Alright.
Joke's on you. I would have recognized that I was in a lucid dream at that point, and I would have been like, "Hey, I can fly," and then jumped off the nearest tall thing, and then realized that it wasn't a dream, and that I should have grabbed the mouth.
Safe state. Smart.
I just think it's crazy that the mushrooms look so much like the toads. Like,
Oh, so that's about a 3-second delay. That's about a freeze.
so creepy.
But no, I don't think I would touch my own.
Who thought this was a
head.
bloody good idea?
This isn't fun.
Yeah.
If there's any if there's any aspiring game developers out there, please
Don't do
please
this.
just- yeah, don't do this.
This was the most annoying part of the game playing. Which I think it is a thing that if this was the worst part of the game, that actually says like, oh, this is a pretty good game.
Yeah, no, everything else has been like fine. I like it looks all good. Like, I'm cool with it all. That's one where it's like, don't ever have 2 competing projectiles in a with precise timing required in a children's game.
Yeah, it would have been much better if it was like, oh, like you missed, but then like it immediately popped up. It's like, no, because you gotta wait, then go pick up. If you miss it, you gotta go pick up another watermelon, and it's like they
Yeah.
don't automatically immediately throw them on. You gotta like wait until they
Okay.
like go through their durian, their like bomb durian things. Oh, and if you die, you keep the key at least.
Well, that's all I need to know.
Yeah, thankfully, it's like you start at the very beginning of the level, but you still keep like your key, or if you got the treasure, you keep that too. So it's just now you just have to rush back to the game.
Willem Dafoe says, "Kevin, the Virtual Boy wasn't made for children. It was for gamers."
When I was born, my parents looked at me and said, "Oh no, a gamer."
Put him back.
He didn't come from my side of the family. He didn't come from my side of the family.
A gamer? Alright, what type is it? Genesis, what? Now put it back. Super Nintendo only.
He's not even a Mega Drive gamer. What the fuck?
Just what the world needed. Another white guy on the internet talking about video games.
We have a $1 donation from Mordecai, who says, since we're talking about obscure video game consoles and such similar to Nintendo products, why don't we talk about the Zavi Export, the Wii console before the Wii existed, that was endorsed by Jackie Chan? Was that like the plug and play, like the 2004 or 5 thing?
Yeah, it sounds like the Zebo, or the Z.
The Zavix, that's also known as. Which sounds like a Sonic villain, because I know it is.
Zavok.
The social media sites went silent in 2013 for this company, but the e-commerce site remained up until 2017, when the domain expired. Oh, this looks bad. Also, has exactly as many games as the Virtual Boy. 22. It uses the CPU... wow. What? It uses the same CPU as the Super Nintendo.
A Recoa 16-bit version of the MOS 6502, okay.
Wait, hold on. It was developed by 8 engineers who worked on the NES. The processors were built into the games themselves, with the even more basic games using the same CPU chip as the NES, and then more advanced were using the Super Nintendo's chip.
The
And that came out
CPU
in
the
2000.
cartridges?
Yeah.
What?
I can't help
this
but feel
came out
that was a bit
in
cost prohibitive.
2004. And
That sounds
it was,
so expensive.
It was $80 for the console. I'm not sure if there are actual cartridges here or if each oh yeah, okay. So the system was sold as low as $19.99 bundled with tennis or bowling as of 2013. But it doesn't say whether some of the cartridges had integrated cameras. What?
And where was this
Weird.
made again?
That's so weird. None of these games even sound remotely good, obviously, but
Oh my giddy hands. Oh.
Ian Bo says the Virtual Boy being the console that introduced Shin Megami Tensei to the West will never not be funny.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Two.
Oh,
What?
so Juan Delgado donated $18.69. Screen cap the total before Silver Sterling shows up. It is currently $6,669.69. So, 6669.69.
We're so close.
need-
Yeah, we're so close to 69.
Somebody donate $300 and
300.
no more. Wait, no, hold on. We have to point out one person to donate $300, otherwise multiple people will. 10 elements, donate $300. You call 911.
Well, 911, but we're in the UK. We'd have to do 999. 911 wouldn't give you anything. We could do 119, but that's an medical emergency number.
Experiment. You don't need to worry about doing this. This is only for getting the treasure.
Oh,
Don't worry about
I
this.
thought this was progress.
Yeah, this is the bullshit part, and it's like you only need to do this for if you want to get the treasure. You can just skip over it.
Well, now we know. There was an attempt on JPEG. Good enough for me. Oh, what's
So
the
do you think
matter?
Persona 5 inspired Mario? Like
Maybe.
the first Mario game came out
Ah,
after Persona
oh,
5.
that was a bad idea. That was a bad
Kevin, you saying you be the one to dial 911 reminded me that it's in Australia. I forget what Australia's 911 is, but 911 also works there just because of how much American media they consume. Like, people were trying to dial 911 in Australia, it didn't work, so the government eventually just added it.
Interesting. Apparently their emergency number is 000. That's I'm surprised that there aren't a couple unified ones based on like media and whatnot. Like I'm surprised that or I would not be surprised if, like, let's say in the European Union they reserve 911 just in case, rather than have it go to nothing.
Yeah, I mean, might as well do something.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that thing? What the...
Oh, this is weird. I'm gonna call this the Home Alone level. All right.
Kevin, honey, you in here, honey? You won't be home alone for long. You won't be for long when I
Yeah,
put
just-
you in that shallow grave. You won't be.
Go into the giant cave room, kid.
The man cave? No, the other cave, stupid.
This level has a bullshit section where the key is.
Oh, I can already tell this is going to be a maze level. I can already tell.
Yeah. There's a part later in the level where like you go to a bunch of clocks and the key pops up in the clocks, but you gotta like give it a couple seconds before it shows up.
Oh, you have to wait. Oh, yeah. Well, I found the end at least.
Yeah, the end is literally just a straight line, but you gotta go do some exploring.
Okie dokie. That's you. Oh, that just made this life easier.
I don't like the eye on your hat when you start blowing fire. Like, it looks like it's enjoying it too much.
I'll take that though. Can we go up there? There's a middle section there.
When someone said change
Oh,
the screen
fucking
to green,
hell.
I got excited, but I kind of miss the yellow now.
I want this room to be piss.
Oh, yeah, and you gotta, in order to fight this guy, you gotta jump on the ball and then throw the ball at the face.
It's fucking Mario Bros. 2 all over again. It's those Phantom fuck faces.
I will say, it's impressive how many like little references there seem to be throughout this game.
Yeah, because this game came out before Wario Land 2, so this was like before Wario Land became like as a series. This was still Mario Land. Wario Land was still just Mario Land 3. So
Yeah, yeah. So technically, this is Wario Land 1.
no, this is Wario Land 2.
Technically,
Oh, okay,
Wario Land 1 is Mario Land 3.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So this is Mario Land 7? What?
I was on top of that, but alright.
Sonic Adventure 7.
No, this would be Mario Land 4. Check how Yoshi's Island is Mario World 2.
I love when games, when game companies do that, where they're like, "Well, shit, we need to, we need to bump up our sales for this thing. Just attach its name to that one."
Skylanders Spyro's Adventure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe. Let me try and remember. I think it's somewhere. I think it's somewhere in that in that section that you just passed, like a few rooms ago. I think you got to go in the.
There's a
background.
section here we missed. Oh, yeah, this is...
Yeah, you gotta go in the background there.
Flipnote said in chat that there's a Street Fighter 2 Virtual Boy, like, fan-made game. Which, okay, that sounds horrendous, but also incredible.
I mean, there was one for the ZX Spectrum.
I will repeat what I said. That sounds awful, but also incredible.
The Incredible was getting Doom running on that thing.
It ran in my heart.
Go back to the section where you were before earlier. Oh, well, you can't. You gotta go in.
I say we're gonna have to go through the loop now. We're gonna have to go.
Yeah, I want to make sure you have the bird and fire. So I remember what you need to. Oh yeah, right. Okay, yeah, right there. Yeah, destroy that. Oh, you passed it, but that block that you were just standing on earlier, you
That's
can
the key.
destroy that. Yeah, there's a door that there's a door that leads you.
Okay. Oh,
So you just gotta make yourself go back in a circle around it and go back there.
I do want to throw out, just for anyone watching the post-upload down the road, chat's mentioned a couple times that Planet Virtual Boy is where you can find a lot of the homebrew Virtual Boy stuff. So if you're interested, visit that site if you want to play some weird Virtual Boy stuff for whatever reason. Yeah.
Oh wait. This room. No. You
Oh.
just passed the room. Yeah,
This one in
that
here.
was that was the room.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that was the room where the key is. Yeah.
Alright, cool. Now we just gotta get out of dodge.
Yeah, getting out is easy.
Oh yeah, they do give you just an escape room there. Then that makes sense.
Ah. Up you come.
Hey Steven,
Hi, Kevin.
have you ever had a Reese's?
No. Have you?
What's wrong with you?
Oh,
I'm allergic.
here's a Reese's right now. You're handing it to me.
Through the
Crunch.
power of the internet.
Wow, this is great. I love Reese's. And
That wasn't a
all-
Reese's. That was a 100 grand bar. You fucking
Oh, no.
idiot! You can't read. It says it right there.
How did you afford this?
Contrary to popular belief, 100 grand bars only cost $97,000 because of inflation.
Oh, I couldn't even tell those were things you could step on.
And,
They
and,
look
at,
like holes in the wall.
and at some point, those things can then flip you in the background.
I'm assuming those probably look a little bit more pronounced when playing like on proper hardware.
Probably.
This key is easy to find. It's in an open spot, so you should be able to get to it. I think technically you only have 2 levels. There's this level, there's a boss, there's one more level, and then the final boss.
Oh,
Not
good.
bad. Not bad at all. We have a $20 donation from Virtual Boy Marketing Agent number 2. Our recent release of the Virtual Boy Lemon and Lime Edition has been a roaring success. Here's some more positive feedback from our customers. 9Volt from Diamond City says, it's identical to the original Virtual Boy, but my mom says it doesn't burn my developing eyes like the old one did. I wish my eyes burned. Then I wouldn't have to see all the pain in the world.
Oh no.
How much did we say to change it? Was it 10, 15?
10, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, we said it was 10 buckaroos. Yeah.
Is that NBA Street Volume 3 is after this.
Yes. That is in fact, it's gonna be fun. That's all I'll say. Experiment, whenever you have a moment once you're on safe ground, Steven just donated $10 so that we can become red.
Okay, let me just navigate to the thing. Let me just. There we go.
Become red, become monk.
We have to suffer for the last 15 minutes
Oh
of this
my-
game.
God, that is
It's-
so bad.
It instantly just gets worse.
Oh.
Now we can play it for real. Yeah, this was how I played it when I was playing the game.
Stefan, you madman.
Like, I played the whole thing on it. It was like, it was fine for the most part, but I think I did like after, so maybe it's because I was like playing pretty close to the screen, but after over an hour, I was like, okay, I'm starting to get a bit cross-eyed. Oops.
Chat, if you want the screen to be less painful, you're gonna have to donate.
This is bad. They sold this.
wonder what kept them from having a color screen.
It was a mixture of cost efficiency, from what I was reading earlier, and mainly cost efficiency, but also the 3D effect wasn't working on a multicolor screen. So they said, hey, let's go with the cheap one.
Oh god.
That was the traffic light thing that Gunpei Yokoi said a little bit earlier. Just amazing. How much did this thing cost at launch?
How much did it cost at dinner?
Oh, retail price $179.99, and they made a deal with Blockbuster Video where you could rent the system for only $9.99.
They're having such... They knew that the sales were going to be so bad. They made a deal with Blockbuster, who they tried to sue previously when game rentals even became a thing. I love that.
Hey, it's me from the future. Make sure to invest in Blockbuster and Enron.
Yeah, make sure when you're going, hold down the run button, and then the fans won't be an issue.
Kira Queen, that's right. You could rent consoles back in the day. Remember my Blockbuster? For a week, you could rent a Dreamcast for like 15 or 20 bucks.
I honestly wish that more of those places had. Oh damn it, got screwed up. More places had consoles that you could rent. Honestly, you're being really scared of the fans. The fans aren't an issue at all. As long as you're holding down the run button, the fans they just hold down the run. Yeah, just make sure you're just make sure it's you're holding on so you don't go too far, so you don't hit the
I gotcha.
water.
The Virtual Boy sales were so bad that within a few months they dropped the price in half, and then that's when they dropped it entirely.
A few months.
The top left of this area is where the key is.
The Dreamcast came out in like what, 98?
98 in Japan, 99 for the rest of the world.
99 in the US. I got my Dreamcast in the year 2000 for only 99 bucks, brand new at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
They dropped that price so fast.
Because the PlayStation 2.
The Dreamcast only sold like 3 times better than this.
If they had gotten that DVD capability, they would have sold so many more.
Oh no, I lied. I'm sorry. It sold 9 million copies. I thought it was.
It was 9
it got discoed at 3. That's right. That makes sense. Blue Dino donated $3, saying, "I put this $3 towards the Make the Screen Not Hurt My Eyes fund, also saving Wacka." Blue Dino, I'm assuming you put that in for the poll when you donated. If not, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure how to check that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, just click on the polls. Yeah.
Blue Dino, when you go to donate, and this is for everyone else, when you hit the donate button, and you put in the amount, don't hit just donate, hit next.
Oh yeah, no, they did.
Yeah, they did because you can see on the donator page they have like a little poll thing beside them, which means they did do it. Yeah.
That's fine, but just to explain to everyone who's listening, you want to make sure that you actually use the poll system in the donation thing and not leave a comment. Because we've had a couple people who just left comments and it's like, we can't put it in the polls. It's a system now.
We have a system, damn it.
God, I still have the tab for Zero Suit Wario still up.
Just leave that open on your computer for the next few days, and just every time you open a new tab, make that your home screen.
Huzzah, you beat it. Now I got a boss.
this game before you started prepping it for Mario Oddities?
Yeah, I had played it like a little, like before I decided I was going to stream it for Mario Oddities. I had like played maybe like a couple levels of it, just for because everybody's always talking about, oh, it's the best Wario, it's the best Virtual Boy game. And I'm like, I want to try it out. And I played it. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. And then after I decided I want to do it, then I went in and played the entire thing. And then I went through it again like a week ago just to kind of like practice. Yeah, okay, let me make sure I know where everything is. Yeah, because like you did with Princess Peach, I like wrote down like a little guide of like, okay, here's where all the keys are, so I'm not spending like forever. Yeah, because if you aren't like exploring everything to get like all the treasure, or exploring for the first time, the game is pretty like, yeah, it's pretty short. It's like, yeah, he's about to beat it in just about an hour and a half.
Chris, what does your comment mean?
Right. Where are we going?
Yeah, this is the boss that you want to have the run button on, because then you can like you want to really quickly jump back. You want to quickly jump back and forth, and then you hit him, and then it knocks the guy out. Then you want to jump on the guy while he's out.
Right.
And that's how you beat him.
I'm assuming this is a boss right here.
Get a little guess. Get a
Yeah, no, you have to jump on him. You can't. If you try to smack him, it's not going to work.
Alright.
Oh, it looked like you jumped on him, but nothing happened.
Yeah,
No,
so.
no, he only hit to the side. You have to actually jump on his head, or else it's not going to work.
Oh, okay.
Looked like you jumped on him.
There you go. Oh, someone's
There.
taking all even. Someone's taking.
You have to put all of your fat on it.
Ellie, don't let anyone pwn you, Ellie. Don't get pwned.
Excuse me? Excuse me.
Ellie, get me some pills.
It doesn't matter which ones.
They're all the same. They heal me anyway. Joel, I think you have a problem. My problem is I need more pills. That game's just about the opioid crisis.
Enjoy your date with gravity.
You won! No. Unplug my computer.
Joel, these are laxatives. Ellie, I don't think you understand. I need pills.
Pills here, pills.
Joel really
we've got-
loves. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, we got two donations real quick. Both from Silver Sterling. One was one they say somebody summoned my hand, and then another says for real this time. So that was $5 and $2.31.
Yeah,
you.
because you see what happened is that for him, everybody keeps trying to like put cents donations so it can be.
Oh, and he's cleaning it up.
And he keeps cleaning it up.
That makes sense. Steven, what were you gonna say a moment ago?
Oh, nothing. I was gonna tell a funny joke.
Do it.
It was gonna make you say haha. No, I don't remember. It's alright. It's okay.
Oh, if you destroy the block in the top left corner, that's where the treasure is. Just right there at the beginning.
My favorite part of The Last of Us Part 2 is when Joel says, Ellie, we really were The Last of Us Part 2 all along.
And Ellie says, "Where the hell did you come from?"
Pills.
I don't think he calls her L's.
I said pills.
Oh. Do you think Joel really likes the song "Pills" by St. Vincent?
I hope so. Because it would fit his character.
What's the song he plays at the? Is it Pearl Jam?
Oh, I don't like the idea of imagining Joel as a fan of Pearl Jam. You've changed my opinion of this character right there.
Hang
That's like if Joel just like, all right, here's my favorite song of all time, and he starts playing Weezer.
on. Yeah, he's.
Okay, for here, so you gotta go to the on the left. Then yeah, you're in the right area. At the very top of where the middle guy is shooting out stuff, there's a hidden pipe.
You out just like Buddy Holly.
Ellie, give me some pills and play that song that goes like the country roads. Take me home.
It's above. It's above up on the wall. The top of the wall is where the hidden pipe is.
Ah, there we go. We know where it is now.
Yeah, why is it John Denver that's singing about West Virginia? Shouldn't it be John Colorado singing about Colorado? I don't know. Look, you guys told me to be here. I did say I'd be funny when I was. This is what you get.
Chris says, Kevin, I will find you.
To the place I belong. My wife left me. She is gone now. Please come home. Please come home.
Concrete road.
Concrete road.
I love the idea that we have an OCD donator who's always here to round to the nearest dollar. that fills my heart with joy.
Yeah, just go back to the spot that you were where I said the thing was.
You think Wario?
There we go.
Probably.
I feel like he vapes.
Because
At the very end.
Mario
nice.
is straight edge. But he doesn't do anything.
I like to think Luigi's straight edge and Mario is just coked up constantly. And that's why Luigi is straight edge, because he has to take care of his fucking stoner brother.
There's another pipe in this room.
One shitty thing. Alonzi.
Thank you, Doctor. And yeah, you go to the right. Yeah, just keep going to the end. It's just a dodging spike balls.
Ah, just when you think there's a checkpoint to the right. Okay.
Ah.
Oh well. I know it's there now, so. Get out of it. Wait.
It's crazy, like, I can't really tell what you're supposed to stand on in this room.
Neither can I. I'm just guessing. I'm just.
Yeah, it's because a lot of them are in the background, and yeah, you don't have the depth perception here to really easily tell.
Yeah. Plus, it's like these levels are so like elegantly designed, like visually now. Like there's so much going on that it adds to it.
This is the final. This is the final level. So.
Goldstorm, I don't like what you just said. Garlic affects the libido, so Wario has an uncontrollably powerful sex drive.
Well, no, it's because Nick said Wario fucks my wife. It doesn't matter. Then sorry, that was me. Even shut up.
I mean, I read those things too. I wasn't sure if I was gonna say them.
I just saw uncontrollably powerful sex drive, and I had to scroll back up and be like, what the fuck just happened? I looked away from chat for 5 seconds, and you guys got horny.
Okay, so after this room, there's gonna be the door. Yeah, there's gonna be a door that's gonna lead you to a room in the background. So you want to like pause and wait because then there's gonna be a spot that you have to make sure that you break. Because it looks like you can't break the blocks, but there is one block that you can break that you can go up for.
Steven, have you played Shovel Knight?
No, but I want to.
What? Oh no, you fell. Yeah, so go restart your save state.
Which Shovel Knight character? I'm gonna ask the question anyway because I'm setting this up and I gotta deliver. Which Shovel Knight character do you think is the best lover?
Can you send me a list of Shovel Knight characters?
No.
Okay. List of Shovel Knight characters, and which one's the best?
One of the
lover?
top blocks right there. Yeah, one of the top blocks right there. You can break. Yep, there you go. You broke
Which
it.
one is the most supple lover?
Supple?
Who's the most tender?
Yeah, so you want to climb up there and then go in the door on the right.
Yep.
For my limited knowledge, I'm gonna say Polar Knight.
I can respect that.
You know, he's
Got a daddy thing going on.
he's a gentle giant. Why? Who
I said Mole Knight.
No,
God.
you can't reach the. No, you have to go in the door. You have to go in the door on the right, and then you'll go down a pipe that will lead you to get the key.
Alrighty.
He's in the foreground.
To answer your question, Stephen, I'm gonna say that it's ukulele because they are part of the same extended universe.
Whoa. Wait, that's two characters. So they're both my lover?
Are you saying you've never considered a menage a trois?
Damn, what that tongue do?
Alright, so now what? Alright.
So now, make your way back the same way that you did before. Yeah, so do the same thing that you did before.
Yuka just turns invisible to watch.
Yeah, go back into that pipe. Yeah, go back into the room.
Back in the room, down, pop through the pipe, past the rotating balls of doom.
Yeah. You could go down through the ball. Yeah, the balls of doom.
Pulse of Doom.
That was my nickname in high school.
So you're in dodgeball?
I was the T-ball champion. I played Little League T-ball at age 18. Beat the shit out of those kids.
Hopefully these pipes are quite generous on the hitbox. Right, what's the best round? Yeah, that's the best round.
Betty or Veronica? Is that? I don't know who either of those people are.
That's Archie thing.
Archie characters.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I'm going to
basically,
say-
would you want the childhood friend next door, or do you want like the very like how would you describe it? The
I'm not
why am I having hard
I don't know.
having a hard
anything
time
about
describing that
Archie.
people?
I thought it was Ugly Betty versus Veronica Mars, and I was like, why are we talking about mid 2000s UPN shows?
I thought you said Atomic Betty. I was going to say, Jesus, that's a deep cut.
Oh no, I know what that is.
I'm gonna say Archie.
The dense harem protag. Yeah, so you could go back up that way and then go in the left door.
The left door. All right.
The left door is where the exit is.
I thought that might have been the case if I couldn't get the key at first. Okay, now we got flight. We're good.
Nuke the stream.
Or at least use a Clorox wipe or something.
Wipe it down. Joel just threw up all his pills.
Oh, there's the key. Duh. All right. Oh well, that was the last normal level. Okay.
Yep, now the final boss.
Surely the pills he's taking are supplements. Because they improve you, they don't heal you.
Okay, so they use homing rockets this time.
Yeah.
Ellie, what are these pills? Joel, they're estrogen.
Estrogen? I thought it was ketamine.
I love that both Curb Your Enthusiasm and Arrested Development have had plot points where the character accidentally takes estrogen, and it causes just huge problems for the course of either an episode or a season. I've been watching a lot of Curb lately. I'm going through it for the first time.
Nice.
Okay,
Good
so this
show.
must be the final boss. Okay, this must...
Oh, is this gonna be fucking Bongo Bongo? Dongo Bongo?
I still love the fact that
Yeah.
you can kill that boss before he even has a chance to load an Ocarina of Time.
I don't think I've ever actually fought him.
I
Like,
tried.
Even when I was a kid, I just did it.
You
I
have to
saw
hit this
the
guy.
trick once, and I pulled it off on my first try. Never again.
You have to hit this guy in the nose.
Well, it's the only bit that's not flickering. It's the
That's how you hurt him, yeah.
My loot is like a bird, right?
Oh, man.
Where's she smells Maisie?
I think I see why they didn't.
Oh well, this gives me the full health regen. Oh, well, that's fine.
Yes, if you keep spamming the jump button right when the starts, and you get an easy hit on him right there.
Wait,
Alright.
is that final boss Waluigi's like primal form?
Oh no, it's primal reversion Waluigi. It's
Ultra Instinct Waluigi.
that should be good enough. That should be good enough. Gonna come out and play, yeah?
Walagini.
Thank you. And I'll just say that so I'm not doing the stupid cutscene again.
Bring back the Wayland.
Oh, you missed the easy chance to get an easy hit on him.
When's the chance?
Literally, like, you just keep spamming the jump button when like that cutscene loads, and you can jump and hit him.
Alright.
You get him, no, because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to stand still, and then you jump into the background. And you just keep doing that, like, back and forth. And you have to hit him, like, right in the nose.
I got it.
And watch out for the hands. If the hands touch you at all, well, if the spike of the hands touch you, and watch out for the fire.
I guess so I've got to hit the schnoz dead on the center.
Yeah. Yeah, right there, you got it. So now it's just, watch, because when it's like he's slightly down, you just hit his like eyes. It's like doesn't do anything. You have to wait until he's like at the moment when he's like up a bit, and then
Almost.
and the fire does the pattern where like it breathes, and then it like does the thing where it spreads across the whole area, so you have to like jump over it.
Experiment. Chat is on your side. The energy of chat will sustain.
I pressed the button to jump up, but alright, cool. Come here, though. Come here.
You almost said something.
Okay, now it's doing side swipes. Oh, nice.
Do you think Wario is a front to back wiper or a back to front? Actually, do you think Wario wipes at all?
I don't want to answer that.
Wario has a bidet, I imagine.
Nice incentive.
Oh, well, thanks. Appreciate that. I will abuse this as best I can.
spider knife.
There we go.
Garlic bidet.
Garlic bidet.
My favorite filler Dragon Ball character.
We have $1.69 from Willem Dafoe. I did not know I was the final boss in a Wario game.
It's just you and me, Wario.
I'm a little bit of a final boss myself.
That was my big.
You're too late, Spider-Man. Weed is legal.
He faked you out.
And then he smacks us on the side. Alright. Yeah, I'm not taking that. You can shove that right up your... Oh, you don't have one of those. Okay. Oh, you don't. Stop sitting in the center, dum-dums. Stop.
The best thing is like is jump in the background right as he's about to land, so you can dodge it much more easily. Yeah, the trick is pretty much using jumping back and forth and using that to avoid his attacks.
Well, I almost managed to avoid that other one, but his head bonked me back where I shouldn't have.
God, this just looks like a 1930s cartoon version of the devil.
It's an unused Cuphead boss fight. It's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without the music.
This is the Cuphead DLC. It's why it's taking so long.
Alright, cool. So...
Oh no! Okay.
That would have been bad. That was so close.
That wasn't, unfortunately. That wasn't.
I like to play with fire when I play this game. I make my save states one hit before death. That way I have to practice my frame timing.
Damn.
It's the bloody flickering with this fire thing. It's a bit difficult for us to see it. It's a bit...
This does not work.
Nah, it ain't.
Easier when it's not your first time. But it's kind of it's really annoying when you're trying to figure out what to do.
Okay, we're playing this song and dance now. Cool. Okay.
Silver Sterling just cleaned up cleaned us back up. So $4.31. This boss looks annoying, but the concept seems interesting. Yeah, I do really enjoy the concept because I'm assuming that the flickering is just an emulation thing, and that if you're playing this on hardware, he's a background item. So he wouldn't be flickering like this. It would just be the nose is in the foreground to give the illusion of depth.
Probably.
I bet I know what it does. If this console is oscillating at 60 frames per second, it might be turning on and off for each eye to give it a transparency effect.
That would make sense.
I think it's actually running at 50.
Did the Virtual Boy run at 50?
I think it might have done.
That's amazing.
It wasn't like dead on 50, but it would have been close enough.
I don't know why they would have targeted that. Because it's like Japan runs at NTSC.
60.
It runs at 60. Yeah.
Yeah, same as us.
Japan, the country, runs at 60 frames per second.
I just love that people in Europe play old console games at a slower frame rate.
Hope you like Starlight Zone slowed down.
The music doesn't sound too bad, the Starlight Zone, actually. In Power Land, anyway. Speaking, I jumped there.
50.2 hertz. 50.27 is the specific frame rate of this thing. was close.
God, this timing is obnoxious.
Does he go into his attack pattern immediately after like one hit there? Like,
Yep.
like he gives you one chance. That's awful.
And his hitbox can just bounce you straight into death, which, you know, that's fair and balanced. Alright, you know what? If he's gonna be a cheaty, fine, I'll cheat too. Time is my bitch. Give me your nose, you little asshole. Give me your nose. You're about to get the worst kind of plastic surgery. You're about to get... Come on then. Oh my god, it's still not over. Oh my god.
You
Ow.
got,
rough.
one more, you got one more hit.
Experimentee, you're eating into my precious NBA time. Just like
I don't know how the hell I survived that, but I'm not knocking it. I don't know.
Here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, what?
Boom!
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Woo! Yay!
is it over?
Take that.
It's not over yet.
He just goes into his super form. 9 more hits.
He just turns into Solaris phase 2 for some reason.
Yay!
Good job.
Yay! Thank you for doing this instead of me.
No worries. My only problem was trying to do this with Severe 2 fake, but that's on my end.
Yeah, basically
That
what
was your
happens here is if you put all the treasures, then the door opens up and you get even more treasures. But, you know, it's like, oh.
And
now we're
that was
20
your
minutes.
first first time playing this game.
Pretty much.
Wow.
He also had help knowing where everything was, so.
All by yourself. Wow. You did it.
I can't believe it. I did this on my own first go. Those voices in my head are really damn good. I should pay them. In donations.
You have a whole bag of coins right there.
I see that face. That utter contempt for whatever the hell these things are.
My house!
I'm gonna skin you alive if you don't fix my plane. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I can talk.
I keep expecting Wario to just like come on with like an ATV and just run the thing over. Fun idea for a sprite
What did he
animation.
tell Wario? Did he just strike a deal with Wario? What just happened?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Steals the money. He just steals the money.
He's about to beat up a beaver. He says no wait.
No,
Tells
but
Wario
there you go.
something.
Yeah, and that's has to fly all the way home.
I don't get it, but okay. I don't know what just
It all
happened.
depends. It's like it depends on like how much it's all about how fast you beat the game and how much money you collected. So it's like
That's fine. I don't understand what happened.
I feel like the whole thing is that like say like in like a better ending, he like the beavers actually do like free his plane and then he flies home on the plane. And then like since this is one of the weaker endings, the beavers are just like fuck you, and then they take the money and then he has to fly his way home with these.
I don't like that his tongue is dripping.
I sweat.
What that tongue do?
What the
Well-
dog do? Crown Skull posted on Twitter a meme. It's like this is how I gather the stream's going. It's Joel and Ellie, Last of Us hold together. It's maybe we were all the Last of Us, Ellis. Don't call me Ellis. And then Wario with his fire hat going on, wow, I'm horn. And then, I forget who that's supposed to be, but someone says music sounds.
Huh. Did we sing?
We did Country Roads a little bit. I don't recommend it, but we did.
Hey, not bad.
That's time.
End.
Good run.
No, they said that was John Denver.
And here he comes, flying in again, ready for try number 2.
Alrighty, well, that was Virtual Boy Wario Land. Hope everyone enjoyed it. The sort of slap to bash. But we did it in the end.
I'll redeem myself tonight.
So I will now shut this thing down, and we will return shortly with NBA Street, is it, for the Nintendo GameCube?
Yes. Yes. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Alrighty, stick around.
Bye.